So we are live on YouTube. So uh, the people are available can watch from the YouTube. So instructor Asante, you're welcome. Hello, Asante, you're welcome. So Richard, Richard,
Ma,
so please before we start, can you just uh, give us a brief introduction of what you learned in our last class, so that we can just move on.
okay. I feel like last in our last class we did like it was just an introduction class where we talked about the home screen and all. We talked about different functions. Talked about the sheets, workbook, and the formula bar. Yeah. Um,
Okay, thank you. So Asante, I don't know if you're ready to give a brief introduction. No, uh, we are going to start this class now, and our main topic for today is function, basics function, and what are the basic formulas, basic functions, and what.
okay.
Okay, welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, welcome.
All right, thank you. So today we are going to be talking about basic formulas and function, and I'll just be going over what we are going to do today, and then Mr. Moses will take over and practicalize it for you people to see, so that um you can follow with the practicals. So, okay, what are formulas? A formula is an expression used to calculate a value, and it always starts with an equal sign. Formulas are like our basic math formulas we know about, but this time around, since we're going to be using Excel, we are going to be adding the equal sign first, then your number, the number you want to use, you want to add, subtract, or multiply or divide. That's how formula is. If you can look on Mr. Moses' screen, if he does something like equals to, for formulas in Excel, normally for your normal math, you just need to write something like 5 point plus 3 or 5 times 3, then you now solve it and get your equal to sign. But in Excel, in order to solve for something, you must use the equal sign first, and that equal sign followed by what you want to add. That's 5 plus 3 or 5 times 3, and then you click on enter, and then your answer will be shown to you. Then, but for Excel, the dash is what you use as your subtraction sign. The addition sign, normal addition sign, is what you use as your addition. sign, while the asterisk, that star sign, is what we use as our multiplication, and then the slash, forward slash, is what we use as our division sign. So then, what are functions? Functions are like programs that Excel have set for us. Like, it's a pre-made formula that does the calculation for you. All you need to do is choose a range of cells that you want to work with after imputing. In short, as you are using your function, once you type equals to, assuming the sum you want to use, once you type that your function, Excel gives you a range of arguments. They direct you on what to do. So that's the sweet thing about Excel functions. They make it very easy. They give you instructions that, oh, this is what you are supposed to do as you want to use this, and this is what you're supposed to do next. That makes Excel functions very easy for you to use. And functions are much better than formulas because functions allow you to work with a large data. Formulas, you can work with formulas, but it's with limited data. Do you understand? And also, another thing that you need to work with functions are allows you to do absolute referencing also on your on what you're working on. So we have various kind of functions. We have the sum function. The sum function allows us to add numbers quickly. Are we hearing me? Can everyone hear me? Please react if you can hear me. Hello. All right. Thank you. So the sum function allows us to add numbers quickly, and you just have to type equals to sum, then you select the range of cell you want to add, and that's it. It gives you your answer. Why for the average is the popular mean that we know. We all know what mean is from our maths class previously. So average gives you the average of a range of um numbers in different cells. Why also we are going to talk about the mean. It finds the smallest value within a range of cells. So you just need to say equals to mean. You choose the range of cells from maybe A2 to A9, and it gives you the smallest value there. The same thing for max, to help us find the largest values within a range of cell. Then count counts count is used to count numbers in a range of cells. For instance, you have like a large data and you want to know how many numbers are there. Count is going to help us to do that. Why there is count that one is count but with a at the back. Counter is used to count non-empty cells. It can count both numbers and text. So whereby you're in a situation whereby you have numbers and text in the same column, counter helps you to count both that number and that text, and allows you to know to check how many entries you have in a particular data. Then we're just going to talk about the basic if function. It's just the surface where it tests the condition and it returns the result. Okay, and then there's concatenate or concat, depending on the version of Excel you are using. It joins different text from different cells. For instance, you have in a cell, you have first name and last name, and you want to add it in a single cell as full name. Then you have first name separate, you have last name in another column, and you want to add it as a full cell. You can just do concat equals to concat, then you choose the first cell you want, then you put the space, a hyphen, comma, space, and yeah, it's easier to understand when you practicalize. And then there's today equals to today, shows your current date. Once you just type it equals to today, close brackets, Excel will show you your current date. And then now shows you equals to now shows you current date and time. So that's what we'll basically be talking about today. And okay.
Okay, thank you, Rachel, Azonta. So these are just some of the things we are going to touch, but we are not going to touch everything in as Azonta explained. But we should all be aware of all these they just mentioned. So today we are going to first of all look at on spreadsheet basics. Uh, I guess the last class, Azonta introduced us on what? On Excel, like the toolbars and all, explain the components. So let's talk about Excel spreadsheets today. Now, when we talk about spreadsheet is uh, just like our table, our normal table when we are imputing digits, it's just like our normal table. So, for example, if you look at this Excel, this is a table. This is a table. It comprises of what? Rows and column. This is row and this is row and this is what? Column. And the column has what? The alphabet. Have the what? Alphabet. And the row has the digits. So now let's talk about cells. First of all, these are cells. These are cells. We have what? Active cells. We have what? Active cells. We will talk about active cells. Active cells are cells which are currently selected, just like this. Okay, you said you can't see my screen. Can anyone see my screen? If you can see my screen, just indicate. Just indicate using your thumbs or anything. Okay, good. Now, these are active cells. So, Rachel, I think it's network. You have to wait for some time for it to come back. So, so we have what the active cells and what the cells reference. Now, let's talk about active cells. As I earlier defined active cells are cells which you have selected currently, which you have selected currently. For example, if you check at this cell I just clicked, you see it produce what a green dark outline. It's what is our active cells. This is our active cells. So now we also have something we call cell referencing. Cell referencing. And when we talk about cell referencing, we will also look at on what unique address. Unique address. So I want you to look at on this box where my icon is. Look at it. Where I highlighted. That place I highlighted is called what? The name box. Name box. Which all these cells, which what all these cells has their name, their reference name. Look at it. If I click on this cell, you see it has what? A name called C7. C what? C7. When I click here, you see it has A4. These are the name. This is name box. Now, when we talk about referencing, and referencing is also defined as relating to columns. or columns or cells, or relating two cells or multiple cells. Now, when we talk about unique address, so each cell is a unique address. Each cell is a unique address. Now, for example, this cell has a unique address of what? B2, and this is B, and no, B5, B5, B5. So this is the unique address. So I hope you guys are hearing me clearly. If you are following, you can just signify by using your sticker or thumbs. If you understand what I'm doing, okay? Let's move on. Okay, thank you. Now let's move on to uh, what we call the for example, let's look at on what we call digits, text, and what formula. So now, as Zonta, our instructor, just explained. So when we look at on a digit, we have to know what is digit, and text. So this class is this class help us to, I think, to know more about Excel. We are starting from where the scratch. For those people who does not have knowledge of Excel before, so we are making this course to make it easier for them. That's why we are starting what from scratch. Now, digits are your numbers. What they are your numbers, and if you see this number here, it's located on a particular cell, right? So it's a digit inside what is cell. It's a digit inside what is cell. Now let's talk about text. Texts are often referred to what label. They can also be called label. For example, when did you see this table I created? What this text indicates that we are adding what two digits. It's just like a label that speaks on a particular event. It speaks what on a particular event. So let's also see what formula is. Okay, Azamta have already explained what is formula. So before we start performing some simple calculation, so I just created this table, and this table you see that uh, each the table has what header, like the heading. Now this heading, just watch what I want to do. Look at it. Did you see when I scroll, everything goes up, but there's a place I can over my cursor to. It will what freeze this header. It will what freeze this headers. For example, let's see this. When you come to let's say our view. Now come to view, and you see the freeze panel. Freeze panel. This freeze panel help us to freeze a particular what header, which when you are scrolling, it will not move the title header. Okay, now let's, for example, let's see this. Now, okay, we can do it like this and click on freeze top row. Freeze top row. Now I have freeze the top row. I have freeze the top row. And if you watch me, when I screw, the header will not move, but the digit will move. So these are examples of what we can use what the freeze panel to do. It's a function that helps you to freeze your panel. So it's one of the function. So I want to also perform some simple calculation using the explanation which Azomtat explained for us. So if you understand what I just did, you can simply uh, respond by using your stickers. So I hope you understand what I've did. Do you have any question to ask? Okay, now good and fine. So I believe everybody is following. So now let's see how we can what add two digits. Let's see how we can what add two digits. We'll talk about adding of two digits. Now we have to what reference ourselves. We have to reference ourselves. Now this is how we reference ourselves. So let's see. Let's name this title. Okay, let's say title or sorry, total. Total. Okay, now we have our total. Now let's perform this addition of these two numbers. Now we have to what reference the cell in this cell. Now how can we do it? We have to call our formula, which is the equal to. Then we want to perform some addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. Now we'll reference the first cell and add it. We can add using our normal plus sign. Okay, we can use our own what plus sign. Then we reference this order. Automatically it will calculate it for us. It will what calculate for us the addition of that two digit. Now so there is something we call function. Function. We can use the sum function to add what two digits. We can use the word sum function to add what two digits, and we can as well do it like this. We can use the sum function like this. Okay, for example, I don't want to use this command, so I can say sum. Now this is a function we can what use to add what two digits. We can sum it and it will still give us the same answer. It will give us the same answer. Then we have something we call auto what? Auto like auto formulas like that can perform this simple calculation. It's also called the auto sum. The auto sum. Now the auto sum comprises this with sum, average, counts, max, meaning, and many more. We have a lot. We have what? A lot. So we can perform it with what? The auto sum. So let's see the auto sum. Now, in the case of the auto sum, you don't need to pass in what or some calculation. You just alight the cell and go to the particular cell you want to view your answer or your total. So let's see how we can do this. Now I will highlight this and what come to the auto sum. I'll click the sum. It will automatically sum it for us. It will what automatically sum it for us. Now what if okay, sorry, let me click here and highlight here. So now let's see how we can also do it again. Now we can use it like this. It will what automatically generate the function for us. It will automatically generate the function for us. Now did you see how I reference these two digits to this particular cell? So this is why it is being called the cell referencing. So now let's move on. Let's see how we can work on the multiplication. Now, when we talk about multiplication in our normal mathematics, we all know is the times, then the division. So now let's see an example, other examples. Okay, so let's see other examples. Now, let's say three. Uh, we are going to use the plus. Sorry, I'm going to reference the cell. Let's use this reference cell for those who just joining. So I'm just referencing it now. Okay. Now let's see the multiplication. I will use. Okay. Now still the same in multiplication. Still the same in multiplication. Can you hear me, guys? Can any one of you hear me? Because Stella is complaining, is not hearing me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, so so let's see how we can what perform some like multiplication of 2 digits. Now let's multiply this towards 2 digits. And when we talk about multiply, what comes to your mind? Now I don't let's see, okay, let's use the formula. Now let's reference this cell, and use this and this. Now, did you say we have what? Sorry, I minus from it. No, we are using it times. Now, the, as this asterisk is also known as the multiplication sign, the asterisk is also known as the multiplication sign. So, when you use this, the reference, the C 2 and times, now look at it, C2 times C3. This is how it works. So for each cells, we have what their code, their names, which comprises of the row and column. Now, when we talk about C3, we are talking about what this cell with what 47. So now this is how what we reference and also perform the calculation. So let's see the result. Now um, this is the multiplication of these two numbers. Also, let's move on. As well, we can also what do it in see the same in division. So now, before I go further, I want us to see how we can what adjust what our cells. Now, for example, these cells are like they are compressed. Now we can what adjust them easily. Now, for me to adjust it now, I'll just highlight everything here. I'll light, and I'll come to the center and I'll click it twice. When I click it twice, everything adjusts to uh, the their normal sizes, which the Excel feel that it will be okay for you. Now everything has been adjusted. You can what resize your cells. You can what resize your cells. You can shape your cells to any position you want to shape it to. So these are some of these examples I just explained to you. Now, okay, are you guys following? If you are following, I want to see your thumbs up if you are following. Good. Okay, thank you. Now we also uh, have something we call what the auto fee. We also have something we call auto fee. Auto fee is like, for example, we want to fee a range of digits or a range of numbers. We can what auto fee them. We can auto feed the numbers. Okay, for example, let's use this particular cells. Now I want to use 1, to, now I want to fill it to a particular range. Let's say to this range. Now I can click here twice. Sorry, I can click here and mm, sorry, I can draw it or click. Now everything will autofill. There's a way I can do it. It will just I don't know, it does not work on this version. In the latest version, when I click it twice, automatically it will fill it with a range of numbers. So now this is how you can autofill by drawing the green outline and where it points out with a node. Okay. Now I have what autofill this range of numbers. So you can also use what the autofill, the autofill. Okay. Now we have seen how we can what add uh, two numbers, and also we have looked at on the multiplication and the division. So we want to see on how we can what let's say create a simple project. Let's create a simple project. Now the project is, let's use what we have learned to create what a multiplication table. Now we want to create what multiplication table. Now let's, I've already created something. I already created it down before. So now let's use the what this digit. Now we want to work with what two times, three times, four times, and five times. Now good. Now this is how what we can what generate uh, the multiplication table. Now since we have created this digit of numbers, this digit of number, we are going to what use the reference method what to perform this calculation. Now, okay. Now I have to what use my what equal to. Then since I have what, since I have this two written up there, I can what reference it. Now two times what one, sorry, two times, two times what this cell. Now it will give us what the result. Now two. Now two times one is what two. Now let's what autofill. Now did you see when I click it twice, automatically it fill everything for me. It fill everything for me. So this is how what we can what create the autofill, the multiplication table. Now two times, two times one is two. Two times two is what four. Four times three is 12. So this is the simple way you what we can create a multiplication table. So we can what as well do it to the three. Let's say let's do it to this three here over. Now, for example, I can fill. Let me fill it here. Now, did you see? I fill it what to the row. I fill it what to the row. This is how you can what use the auto fill, auto what fill. Now, automatically, I've gotten this row. It's it is easy for me now to get everything down here. Now, let's fill. Let's use what the auto fill to what to fill here. Now, did you see? It has already filled it for me, and still the same here, and still the same here. So this is the simplicity of Excel. You can what create anything, any little project with Excel, but you have to get the basic knowledge of what you want to do. So I believe I have explained to you guys. So I want to hear from you. Any response, any question you want to ask. Is there any question from you? Okay. Okay. Everybody is fine, right? Okay, good. Now, sorry. Before we move further, before we move further, uh, some people just join us, which have not been attending our class before. So I know Rachel, I know Stella, I know Adulai Shaba, I know Adulai. So, uh, Divine, please introduce yourself so that we can know you and work with you. Okay. Hello, Divine. No, introduce yourself for us, not based on what we have taught in class. No, I will want to know you. So please unmute your mic and speak. I want to know you. Okay. We cannot hear you. If you are speaking, we cannot hear you.
My
Divine.
name is Design Leonard. Design Leonard.
Okay. So where are you receiving this class
Can you hear me?
from? Yes, I can hear you. Where are you receiving this class from? Hello, Divine. Hello, Divine. Where are you receiving this class from? Okay, Marcus, Gloria. Marcus, Gloria.
Hi, good evening, all. I'm Marcos Gloria. I'm receiving this
You're
class
wel-
from Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you.
So, okay. Today is your first time, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I believe today's class is, I think, I want to ask if today's class is okay to you.
Of course, it's very okay, so detailed and very
Okay, so,
understanding.
okay, good. So, Leo, we could not hear you clearly. We could not hear you clearly. So, I don't know if network was really bad in your end. So, I want you to tell us where you are receiving this lecture from. Okay. So, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, please, if you just join in, or okay, I want every one of you to, at the end of this class, give us a brief information of what you learned and just drop something on the group chat. Okay. So now we are going to look out on cell naming cells. When we talk about naming cells or name cells, when we talk about naming cell or name cell, we can rename our cells. We can name our cells. Now, for example, let me come to what my file. Now this cell we have what the name box. This name box has A1. Now I can rename it. I can rename it to first. I can rename it. I can give it any name. I can say first cell. Automatically, automatically this cell bears uh, the cell name. So let me come to view. I'm coming. Good. So okay, I can rename this cell. So I want to rename it, and think I'm missing out something. Okay. Wow. So cell naming. I'm coming. I used to see it here. Okay. 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 Let's format the cell. Now cell format. We can what rename on this cell format. I don't know if you are seeing the dialog box. Can you see the dialog box? Hello. Can you see the dialog box? Please, I want your sticker so that I will know if you okay. You guys are not seeing it. So let me try to share my full screen. I'm coming. Coming. My view. Okay, my screen. My screen is not showing. Showing. Coming. Let me set it up for you guys to see the screen. Okay, good. So now let's come to our cell. This cell we can what format it. We can what format it. Now this is the cell we can what apply our color, make changes in this particular cell. We can also give it what a border, and also we can lock it. We can lock it and also change font. And also we are talking about renaming of cells, renaming of the cell. Now I'm coming. Renaming of the cell. So we want to see how we can. Oh, wow. So what's wrong? Okay, cell. Okay, this when we talked about this cell, I used to see this cell here. Okay, let's see if I can rename it here. Okay, cell. Now I've renamed it. Now automatically it bears the cells. It bears the cells. So I wanted to go through easy the easy part. No, so I have to what rename it here. So I could not find where I used to see it before. So I have to go back to the classes again, and or I have to go back over to get where I want to show you guys. Okay, so you can what perform your rename here. I did not uh, attach the cell before with anything like there was spaces before. That's why it did not what uh, created. Okay, so let's call it a day, and tomorrow we'll meet again. Okay, hello, are you guys with me? Hello. Okay, so let's uh, end this class for today. On tomorrow we'll meet up again. Okay, good night. So good night, everyone.